Hey, boo.
Hey!
Girl.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hey, what is up? Look at
I
you all
know.
out.
How long has it been?
Huh?
How long has it been since we've seen each other?
Girl, oh my gosh. Before the pandemic, before you got married,
I know.
congratulations.
Congratulations to you
Thank
too.
thank you, thank you. It's a journey, but we press through. We press through. We press through.
That's right. That's right. I'm so glad that you joined me
Yeah.
on today's episode. I haven't seen you in so long, and I really saved the reaction for the show.
And because it's better when it's real and it's
Right.
um
Right.
that's the space that I've been trying my best to live in for the last couple of years. No better place to be than, in your living in your truth. When you live in your truth, it allows you the opportunity to write and create your own story.
That's right.
Nobody can create your narrative. You're doing
That's right.
it yourself
You're
because
right.
you're honest about who it is that you are and what it is that you may be going through. Don't let nobody else hold that power.
Okay, you talking to me today, cause right? I need to go ahead and just let you take over, cause I know this is you,
No, ma'am.
right?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Well,
Listen.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start the
Okay.
show.
Okay. Hey,
Hello, hello, hello. This is episode number. I believe this is episode. What episode am I on? I
or
think yes. This is episode number 4. Trauma and triggers with Miss Tynek Grant. How are you doing today?
I am good, girl. This snow got me kind of messed up, but I did all my grocery shopping Saturday. These kids got plenty of snacks, and they teachers sent them home Friday with work to do tomorrow, so we good.
So they are out of school tomorrow.
We don't know for sure. I don't think they sent the message or the memo, but
Mm-hmm.
the teachers were already prepared, so they just
Right.
worked. Well, Zion, he in high school. He
Okay.
got
What
tested.
grade is he in now?
Girl, oh my God, 10, but he'll, he'll be 16 next month. But with him, he was out of school this week anyway due to testing.
Okay.
That Gabby is in eighth. She goes to Piedmont IB.
Oh my gosh. Does she like Piedmont? I heard Piedmont is a good school.
She loves Piedmont. This is her third and final year. She loves Piedmont.
Okay.
She's we struggling, but we gonna
It's
get
okay.
it's we bump heads because we're so much alike, and by her
Right.
only girl that's here in the house all the time. Peace out to my bonus baby. She on with us. Hey, Nana.
Hey,
Um,
Nana.
but not a freshman in college. So we got just a variety of everything going on up in here. Zaire is in the fourth grade, but his teacher definitely sent him home with his homework and stuff on Friday, and she just sent email like, "Listen, this is what take work home." But yeah, just and then the baby, Zakai's 3. He's been diagnosed as autistic, but baby, you to see him, you wouldn't be able to tell. But yeah,
That's right.
yes,
And so it's the reason why I picked you for trauma and triggers is because I have watched you grow. I have definitely watched you grow now from afar. And when I was like, okay, we're gonna switch gears a little bit, I need to like talk about something that we don't like to talk about.
right. But
We
it's
don't even like to go through it.
we don't. But the thing about it is, and this is what I'm learning because I still find out new triggers on a daily basis.
Mhm.
Go through. Don't sit in it. The biggest thing about it is don't sit in it. It's okay to go through it.
That's right.
Deal with them emotions.
Right.
Deal with them, but
Right.
don't sit in it. Get
That's
yourself
right.
up and keep on moving because at the end of the day, our trials and tribulations were already predestined before we got here. Our goal is to learn the lesson that is imprinted in it so that we can take that and give it out to the next person that may be going through something similar.
Right. It's really it's crazy because this episode was hard for me to even I was nervous preparing for it because I didn't know how I was gonna go about talking about it, you know.
And you
And I've
with me, you know, when you was like, you want, nah, don't send me nothing, baby. Let's be real. Let's be real and true.
I know, and me and you behind closed doors, we done been real. We have definitely let's back it up a little bit. Let's talk. Let's go ahead and talk.
Yes.
So of course we said this is episode number 4, traumas and triggers. But I want to ask you, what is your definition of trauma?
Trauma is something that you go through that in your mind, you and in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, you feel like you may not be able to get through. But you find a light at the end of the tunnel and you hold on to that light and it pulls you through. Trauma is, it can be, you know, it can come from anywhere. It can be mama daddy trauma. It can be relationship trauma. It could be trauma with your friends. It could be trauma in a workplace situation. It could be trauma being molested as a child. You know, it's all different types of trauma that is out there that we as a black people as a whole, we struggle to deal with because we've been taught to sweep things under the rug for so long. But true healing comes when you face that trauma head on and deal with it for what it is. No, it ain't gonna be pretty.
Girl,
Not pretty.
no, it's not. And I said, when I was thinking about this subject, I was like, I know a perfect person. Like God put me in my spirit. Like God put you in my spirit. I have been getting, like, all this week I've been getting like little signs, and I was like, I don't know how to come with Neek about this, you know, topic, because this is sensitive, you know.
Yeah.
We cried together. We done had some stank looks at each other together. And so I was like, but when I look at you and I see you, I love the weight, by the way. Please keep it, honey. I love that thickness. When I see you, I just see a phoenix that rises above the ashes. Like, it makes me like, I'm so proud of you. Because I need people to know, like, we met each other back, what, in 2016?
2014.
Was it 14?
It was literally 6 months after I lost my mom. And that was how you and I originally connected, through the trauma of me losing my mom and you losing your dad.
Yeah.
But there was a bigger blessing in it all that we weren't even aware of.
Nah, we wasn't. We didn't know. I didn't know. You remember when we was going to orientation?
Yeah.
Y'all, we worked at Wells Fargo together. We started in the phone bank. We didn't stay in there long. But we started there. We were so excited the first day just to have a bank job. You couldn't tell us nothing.
Just to be able to get our foot in the door to say, hey, we work for Wells Fargo. You know, that's a Fortune 500 company. We were too excited. But girl, it's life.
It's life. It's definitely life. I'm gonna tell you what made me, and I'm gonna let you have a show, because I'm gonna definitely let you tell you what made me start my trauma. It was recent, Neek. Like, I showed my, you know, we've been working on each other. We've been going through this journey, self journey, trying to figure it out. But when I really got into it was probably about 2 years. I had just got married.
Okay.
I just got married, and I showed, this is what made me like work through my trauma, and was like, okay, I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna make sure that I figure this out, because I showed my butt at my husband's mother's 50th birthday party.
Oh, Bridget.
I know.
Okay. It's okay.
I know.
Okay, because in those moments, we need those moments to propel us forward so that we understand we're not just hurting those people around us, we're hurting ourselves more. And then we project ourselves in this light that isn't even meant for us to be in, and overshadow who it is that we really truthfully are. Like I said, I'm still recognizing triggers today. You know,
Right.
um, just within this last year, I realized that a lot of my family members were triggers for me. So as hard as it was for me, I had to cut them off because at the end of the day, in order for me to keep going on this journey, I have to be at peace.
Right.
I can't be at peace if I have people around me that are reminding me of my former self.
Mm-hmm.
I don't live there anymore. So if
Right.
you're not welcome to join me in my here and my now, I don't need you around me or need you in my space. Don't remind me of what I used to do.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remind me of the way I used to go about handling situations, because 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna get that same reaction out of me that you did 1, 2 years ago. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So with that, it was very, very hard for me. These were, like not cousins down the line, these close family members, like right next to me, who I grew up with all my life. And it's like, dang, you don't want to see, and it's not necessarily that they don't want to see you do good. I'm realizing people want to see you do good, just 9 times out of 10, not better than them.
That's
So
true.
have people in your circle that are really truthfully genuinely happy for you in the progression that you make over time. You hold on to those relationships because they're really really rare nowadays, especially everybody. It's a competition thing.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't in competition with nobody
Right.
but
Nobody but
the person
yourself.
I was yesterday. You feel what I'm saying? Like seriously. But I use that mindset not just right now in my
Right.
everyday life, but when I clock into my 9 to 5, that's the mindset that I take with me. And my supervisor, I've only been on this new team for like 2 months.
Right.
Oh, number one, thank the Lord. But
Hey.
but I have a supervisor now that encourages me and pushes me to be the best that I can be because he sees in me what I see in me. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? So to have somebody behind you supporting you like that when you go in, and I work in collections. So most of my day, if the people answer the phone, I'm getting cussed out about their bill.
Right. So that's
Now,
bringing your energy down
no, ma'am.
because that's not where you're at no more.
That's not where I'm at anymore because
Right.
I've turned it around and I realized if you allow them to, then they will take your power.
Right.
When you stand on your own 2 feet and say, hey, I don't care what y'all got going on. I got children around. Not today.
So you said that you're still learning yourself and things about yourself. What made you decide, like, how did you start learning like triggers? What brought that about?
Um, I think it was dealing with the situation with me losing my kids.
Right.
Going back and about how it really truthfully kind of was like a generational type curse thing. My mom wasn't raised by her mother, she was raised by her grandmother. You know what I'm saying? My mom had her own personal stuff that she had to deal with. You know, it had nothing to do with me, but it prevented her from being the mother to me that she wanted to be. I lost my kids because I wasn't dealing with my shit,
Right.
so to speak, that I had to let build up. But what really made me hone in on it was really truthfully, I want to say about 3 or 4 years ago when I found out I was pregnant with my last baby. I don't know what it was. It was a divine connection, really truthfully from God. I knew he was going to be different. I knew he was going to be special. I knew he was going to need his mother to be at her best.
Right.
So at that point, I decided to start doing the work within myself to realize what triggered me or what would trigger me. Just it could be something as simple as something somebody said. And I'm like, well, why would they say that? But then it's going back and realizing you dealing with abandonment issues. You dealing with this issue. You dealing with that issue. How can you ever get to a point to where you're really fully healed if you don't start unpacking some of this stuff? How can you be the mother to your babies that you want to be if you don't start unpacking this stuff? It's going to continue to be a trickle down effect.
Right.
The reality of the fact that, one, your mama gone, she ain't coming back. So all this BS that you holding on to, blaming her for this, blaming your dad for his absence, or all of this, you really need to start working on that so you can have a better relationship with your dad because he is still here.
That's right.
But not only that, I guess it was really a moment of truth where everybody serves a higher power. You want that higher power to extend grace to you when you mess up. Extend that same grace to those ones around you.
Listen to you sounding like somebody preaching. I know that's right.
Extend that grace to those same ones around you because you don't know what they went through unless you honestly sit down and have that conversation with them.
Right.
I started reading some of my mama's readings or writings that she wrote when she was locked up. It was one of the. Here's my baby. Say hey.
Hey.
Say hey. Say hey. Say hi.
Hey, baby.
But what's up? What's up?
What's up?
But yeah, that's your letters. But I started reading some of her writings and realizing that her addiction wasn't something that she chose. Let me say that again. Her addiction wasn't something that she chose. Okay? It was just that she didn't have the love and support around her, or she did in her children, but by that time,
right,
she was too far into it. You get what she didn't realize the love and support that she did have in those that really truthfully loved her. She was steady looking for it in the ones that kept showing her who they truly were. So with that, it allowed her to stay down in that deep, dark place. For me, I started recognizing the things that happened in situations where I felt hurt or I felt that trauma. And I started really dealing with those emotions and those feelings. I have a therapist that I see faithfully. So please,
that's a good thing.
Yes.
That's a good thing. A lot of people in our community, they look bad on therapy and try to push it under the rug. But in actuality, I believe all of us need some type of therapy because you have something that you need to deal with.
Exactly. But with it, I have an intuitive coach as well. And they really helped me be in tune with me. It's hard. For real, like it's hard. It really truthfully is hard. But you have to go there.
Every day.
True healing takes place in those deep, dark places that we don't want to go to. Right. Because if you only touch the surface level, the problem and the issue still gonna be there.
It's like a beach ball. It's like a beach ball under the water, and then all of a sudden you can't hold it down, and then it.
Exactly. Seriously though, but for real, that's exactly how it is. And for me, like, I guess what another part of it was people passing judgment on me because I didn't have custody of my kids. And I had to realize, although my mama was sick, she didn't take me through that with her. So the love that she had for me superseded the place that she was in. You get what I'm saying? Because she loved me enough to say, hey, I can't do this.
I need help.
Right by her right now. I need help. You get what I'm saying? And when I really sit down and I be honest with myself, I didn't need my children at that point in time. Yeah, they gave me my strength, but I still wasn't healed. I was still dealing with issues with my own mama and daddy that was trickling down, and how it was that I was parenting them. I was toxic. You get what I'm saying? When me and their dad split up, I was toxic. I would do stupid stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like holding them away from them when all they wanted to do was show them love. You get what I'm saying? Like real stupid shit.
Right.
I had to learn that wasn't the right way to be. And part of me learning that was me having to go almost a full year not being able to see them.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like it was every day, literally. I would cry all day, just about every day.
I
Because
remember you at work a lot. You know, I remember a lot of times people didn't understand what you was going through. You know, why you coming in feeling the way you are, or whatever. You
but
know, but you
oh my
pushed
God,
through.
I pushed through.
Mm-hmm.
I pushed through, and with it, even when I did get on my feet, it was an opportunity where I could have went and got my kids, but I chose not to because them being with Grandma Debbie, it worked for them as well as me. They had stability.
Right.
They had that unconditional love. She still allowed me to mother them. They were physically there with her. You get what I'm saying? And then this stupid ass COVID shit.
Mm-hmm.
We lost her last year. You get what I'm saying? So with us losing her, yeah, I got my blessing because I got my children back, but we lost out on a major, major person in our life. She wasn't just grandma to them. She was grandma to my other two kids that weren't hers. You get what I'm saying? Like she was a mother figure to me after I lost my own mother. So it was it's been a transition, but we working through it. You get what I'm saying? And
Right. Let me say this though, like I know it's a transition, you know, everything you've been through. But I can tell you this, and I can say it without a shadow of a doubt. I don't know Miss Debbie. But what I do know is she left knowing that you was okay.
yeah, man, listen, baby. Grandma Debbie started preparing me for her transition last.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like people don't understand the depth of the relationship that her and I had, but
Mm-hmm.
we see Travis and Vera, but
Yeah.
we literally talk.
Okay.
We literally talk every single day. You get
Right.
with Zakai having autism when he would have his tantrums, I'm finna call Grandma Debbie, and all she would have to say is at, and immediately he would. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He would stop what it was that he had going on. But last year she said to me, and it wasn't last year, it was 2020 when
Mm-hmm.
first started going on. She said to me, "I know you ain't working right now, but with everything being shut down, you might be able to find that work from home job you've been looking for."
That blessing.
Me just, okay, grandma, whatever. But I followed what she said and I applied for the company that I'm with, and it's exclusively work from home. I don't never have to go into an office. You get
That's
what I'm
awesome. Yes.
It was my blessing that I had been looking for. Uh, then she said, "I know you done got comfortable over there in that apartment, but you need some more space." So I started looking for us a house. October 2020, we moved into a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house. My kids got their own room. You get what I'm saying? Like she was preparing me for what it was that she knew was to come.
Right.
They ain't missing a beat over here.
That's a blessing. That's definitely a blessing.
Able
And
to transition from over there to over here and still have exactly what it was that they were accustomed to having over there because I was already prepared.
right. What can you tell somebody that is not where you're at, like as far as on your self journey of healing?
Hmm.
Like they're just starting, they don't know They just know they got some stuff they need to deal with. Like, what can you give to that person as far as advice?
Don't shy away from it. Um, no matter how rough it may be, own it, stand in it, and do the work. You honor yourself when you do the work. Forget about anybody else, because it ain't about nobody else. It's about you and where you're trying to get to. Honor yourself wholeheartedly and push through. Hey, you see my Instagram? I'm only a message or whatever away. Like, I love being an advocate for people living their truth and dealing with their shit. You
That's
get what
right.
I'm saying? Because so many of us don't do it. Like, but you don't realize the power that you possess when you really truthfully go deep and do
True.
work.
That's
You
true.
will not believe the amount of blessings.
Oh, Nick, I think you went out. You hear me?
I mean,
Okay,
when
I hear you.
but thank you, my Nika. Thank you, Tanika. I love you. But yeah, with it, like really, truthfully, just damn, it's rough. I ain't.
It is.
I'm not the one to sugarcoat anything. It's definitely rough. It can be hard. It can be even more traumatizing realizing all the trauma that you have gone through
Right.
that
A
you
lot of us don't want to go through it. A
have
lot of us.
out to hinder you. But when you really start to do it, your relationships become better. You know, not just with yourself, but with your loved ones. Like
Mm-hmm.
truthfully, but you're able to recognize those triggers for what they are, and you can stop them before it gets you to that point that you don't want to go to. You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like seriously, with some because people that are around you that have been around you, they know your triggers,
Right.
and they will try to trigger you just to see
If
how
you still don't act
you
like
are.
that.
You get just to see how healed you are. So when you do it, when you really truthfully do the work, and you able to stop them in their tracks yourself, and you be like, oh my god, damn, that felt good to be able to stop that it's a different type of feeling.
It is. You wake up every day positive, excited about what the day is going to bring to you.
Yes.
Um,
Even when you do have a moment where you may fall, you realize you don't have to stay there. You pick yourself up, and the
that's
new
right.
next day is a new day for real, for real. You don't stay stuck there.
That's right. Can you tell the audience a little bit about a mother's love? You know, you see God making us vulnerable this year.
Yes,
Uh,
yes. Okay, so I have a private Facebook group. It's called A Mother's Love Z4. Um, I created the group because, like I said, my mother was a drug addict. Um, I wasn't raised by her. I was up until I was like 7 or 8, but from there on, I was raised by various family members. I lived with my pastor for a few years. I lived with a couple of my aunts. But with it, it's geared towards women that have been through some type of traumatic experience in their childhood, and also geared towards those women that have made themselves vulnerable enough to take on the responsibility of raising somebody else's baby. And not just that, for any mother that may have a child that has special needs. Like I with Zakai, and I tell people all the time, the doctors didn't tell me he was autistic.
right.
The doctors didn't tell me my baby was autistic.
You
I know
knew.
that he was autistic. See that, be in tune with your babies.
That's right
Don't
now.
allow them to tell you what's going on with your babies. You
Yes.
let them know so that way you're in control of the care that they receive at all times. Zakai has 3 therapists that come into my home. Okay, he has therapy all week long, but I'm in control of that. Bless you, baby. I see what's going on. You get what I'm saying? I'm able to control the narrative. I let them know what he needs. 2020, my baby wasn't talking. My baby holds conversations now.
Amen. Amen.
My baby holds conversations now. My baby gets up in the morning and, hey, how you doing? When his siblings come home, he greet them. Hey, how was your day? You know, like yes, be your own children's advocates. Don't let them be advocates. But basically, the group is just a soft space for us to be able to vent without being judged. But also, it's a group to encourage one another. We don't get that a lot. We say we have friends, but true friends encourage one another.
Yes.
So it's a soft space for us to be able to encourage one another, as well as eventually my goal and my mission with starting the group is to eventually open up an outreach center for children to be able to have a soft space to come into. Because I know me, being that I went through everything that I went through as a child, it kind of prevented me from being open to people around me. Because I was ashamed of my situation. But it allows them an opportunity to get those things that they may not be able to get otherwise, without without people knowing the true essence of this situation. It's going to be a center that allows them, games, whatever the case may be. You can just be a child, because everybody know the kids love my house, because I let the kids be the kids. Ain't no
right.
what you do. But also it will offer tutoring services as well as therapeutic services, so that they're getting the full package to enable them to be the successful beings that they are meant to be, regardless of the situation that they were put in.
Well, hey, listen, I love everything that you're doing.
Thank you, baby.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Tell my girl, Layla, I'm coming to get some of her curl stuff for the baby. The only one that got natural hair up in that I can still kind of manage and do something with, but I'm coming to get some of her stuff.
I'll let her know.
Yeah, I see her. I see what she's doing, and I'm supporting 100%, baby.
I definitely let her know. She was like, Mama, that's the girl you used to work with. I was like, yes, baby. Y'all still friends? I said, yes, baby.
Look, yes, I'm still here, boo.
Talking about she'll be ready.
Look, I see she's talking about, okay, it will be ready. Yeah,
but I wanted to get you on here and let everybody know how to deal with trauma and triggers, and how to identify a trauma and a trigger. Yes. And so I'm very thankful for you coming on episode number 4 to identify that for the people.
I'm telling you, my gratitude. I appreciate you. You don't know.
No, I love you. I was like, I know your story, but I need you to keep telling it. Because people need to hear that. Yes. And I want to salute you. I want to salute every woman, anybody that's going through it, figuring it out, identifying it, and healing from it. That's what this is all about. So.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Healing, true healing. Listen, true healing is linear. It's going to always be a moment to where you're learning. You can heal from something. Don't limit yourself to others' limitations of you. Step outside that box and be who it is that you know you can be.
Amen.
Yes. So that you can be who you were meant to be. Because only the true gift is in the essence and the power of being true to you.
That's right.
Yep.
You keep that message going, and I look forward to hearing a mother's love every day, and I appreciate you.
No problem. Listen, okay. Thank you, Lord. Because everybody messages me like, girl, you ain't posted that yet. What's going on? I look forward to this every morning. So thank you, sis. Thank you for letting me know that what I'm doing is really having an impact. And that's all. That's what I started it for, just so I can try to have an impact on somebody else, because somebody had an impact on me somewhere along the way.
That's right. Now we got to keep doing it. So you keep doing it.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Love on you too. Have some self-care for you too.
I'm learning.
But tell Travis I'm not going to take up no more of y'all time. This is episode number 4 with Trauma and Triggers with Ms. Tynek Grant. I love you, and thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you. Listen, seriously, y'all, reach out, either one of us. Yo, if it's your people, connect me. My people, I'll connect them. Oh, right. My uncle did tell me to let you know. Tell your friend I want to be on her show. I'm a hard gangster.
They need to hear that too. Tell them that's okay.
But you know what? Maybe you should, because he took care of my my granddad passed in 2020. But granddad was 101. My Uncle Mitch was his caretaker for the last couple of years of his life.
So he got wisdom beyond wisdom.
He can definitely come on and share some of that old wisdom. That
I'm all for it.
Yeah. I love you, and y'all have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right. Bye, boo.